Hello everyone, this is your Captain Fantastic Worlds. Welcome you back aboard the HMS Fantastic Voyages II on the Sunless Sea beneath Lovecraft Country. Okay, so I'm going to start with a quick note. It was pointed out to me into the comments that I have been speaking too fast on this particular set of episodes. Yeah, I am naturally a speed reader. I was born with the ability to read about 2,000 words a minute, and unfortunately, if I'm excited, I can forget to slow down so I can be understood. I mean, it was really bad in college. And, yeah, it doesn't help, unfortunately, that Mr. Kennedy has put up entire walls of text in this game. Now, in his later games, Book of Hours and Cultist Simulator, it was a lot easier to rein in. They're also on this channel. Because of the smaller text, but here there's just so much, and I will do my damnedest to try to get this done properly. So let's talk about what we have accomplished. Now, I've been doing the numbers in my head about how to make a trip to the surface profitable because it costs a lot of fuel to do so, as well as occasionally people vaporizing under the direct sunlight because we are in fact shades. Let's never forget that part. So, but I'm going to try to make it as part of a larger scheme. You see, one of the things I noted about going to the surface is all of my terror is gone. Literally gone, and supplies are cheap as hell. And you notice that last time we figured out we can, besides the coffee trade we're going to be doing, we can make a little extra profit by dropping off very cheap supplies at the nunnery. But the most important thing that's happening right now is that we are going to be dealing with the Cheerful Man. Now, the Cheerful Man is what's known, and I know as of in fiction, as the Low Man. He is the person who basically controls the lower end of any urban area. He is the one who controls the prostitution, the smuggling, the racketeering, the protection. Basically, kind of like the mafia, but without a large organization, just one person. Like, I will call it a cartel if it's an organization, but this is what I call a Low Man. So let's deal with what he wants to talk about. Okay, tonight you will drink with the Medusa's Head's best stock with the proprietor himself, the Cheery Man. So we can discuss Last Constable. The Cheery Man waits in his office with a cold hearth and a decanter of fine brandy. Discuss legitimate business, who are his partners and rivals. Share memories of London. Was he here when the bat stole her? And ask his advice on smuggling. It would be a crime not to pick his brain, for educational purposes only, of course, and call it a night. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss the Last Constable. All right? At least she's alive. The Cheery Man leans forward on his chair, staring into his hearth, which doesn't have a fire, by the way. Remember, we're shades. It may be that actual fire is dangerous for us. The presses at the coals with his cane, but they're not burning. Okay, I'm going to guess this is probably a mistake, and he's supposed to be... There's to be a fire here? Okay. Cries tonight they will not catch the log. Okay, so he is trying to do a fire and capable of doing so. It could be a curse. He slumps back in his chair and drowns a glass of brandy. I wanted a reunion. I'll have one way or the other. That's something. One day, perhaps. He stares dully at the embers. At least she's alive. That's something. Now, we did not give him what he wanted, which is probably to kidnap her, because that's the only way we're going to get her to go, or possibly have a really long shot in trying to convince her to come back. But let's discuss his legitimate partners. The widow. The gracious widow. Don't make me laugh. Gracious as a shark. Reckons she used to be a princess. She thinks she's a big noise in spite. Spite's probably the name of a port we haven't hit yet. The Topsy King. He runs the flit, if you call it running, mad as paint. Fiduci, who's supposed to be a tomb colonist, but I don't know, runs the ring fights. December, from the Calendar Council. Yeah, he's a wrong one. And me, he smiles all teeth. You don't want to get on the wrong side of me. Definitely not. Share memories of London? Why not? The fall. Like knighted were, he says. He's deep in his cups by now, staring at the far wall as if it was glass. Came over the city all at once. You could hear the wings. You could feel them. Right down in your bones, like a river, roaring. Then the ground opened. The ground opened. Now, again, remember that my theory is that there is actually still London up there, because when we went up there, it really looked like the DLC from Exile from Cultist Simulator. So this is why I consider this part of the larger Alexis Kennedy cultist first, which means that something happened possibly in London that sucked in a large part of the population, and they kind of, for lack of a better word, dreamed a version of London down there for the end, because the Void, if you all remember way back in the some of the stuff I've been talking about in both the Hush House lectures, I really love that series, it's stuck in my head, the Hush House lectures, all about the fact that the Void can be shaped temporarily by powerful dreamers, and the dead have nothing to do but dream. Just ask Cthulhu. Anyways, he buries his face in his hands. A moment passes, and when he looks up, his face is calm. Haven't been that frightened since me old ma died. Tell you what, she was a terror. Made Mr. Stones look like a parlor maid. One time I couldn't have been more than 5 years old. Yeah, you'll go on, we'll let him. His advice on smuggling. A gold tooth winks at you smile. I found a way to bring in sunlight. The trick's in the boxes. Paid off Mr. Fires. But it's a long way down and sunlight doesn't last, so I thought, well, why not cut it with moonlight? Hard to tell the difference down here. Has some funny effects, of course, but I'm looking into that. Could be useful in its own right. Yeah, I remember there was a thing about above, if we have the right sort of mirrored box, we could catch sunlight. Okay, call it a night. I think we're done here. Calling night. You will be unable to return after choosing this. He bids you good night. He gives you a gift with his compliments, 3 casks of wine, and your business is over for now. All right. So I don't remember. Did we? First of all, let's double check our hold. Oh, actually, our journal. That should tell us how many. Or is it hold that has these bloody things? I think we already went through. Fuel's gone up. No, that's me. Anyways. Yeah, I think we've already done this part. Oh, you can pass on strategic information for some quick cash. Unlock with strategic information. You have 2. Huh. Assistance with substance. Submit vital information. Submit reports. I think we've already done that part. That's it. The question is, do we want to spend these? Now we have 1167, so let's hold off for now. Carouse, don't need that. Hire on more crew. Don't need it. We already did that, I think. Druidoc, a new recruit. Let's get that one knocked out. Engage an officer, the Tyler's mechanic. Good afternoon, ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer, financially overhire. Treat engines like my own children. Not that I have children, too busy, usually busy. Veils and fuel efficiency. Fuel efficiency is one of the things we really want to do because I plan on testing the range of my ship this time around. Today, 50 echoes, you got it. All right, welcome aboard, Tyler's mechanic. There's no more recruits at the moment. Let's get to our officers, Tyler's mechanic. There he is. I like the profile. Veils 8. Only Veil 6. Oh, I'm sorry, but sweetie. Oh wait, this one's Veil 6, Heart -1, Mirrors 3. Let's switch this out. All right, so let's talk to him because let's see if we can get his little thing. Invite him to dine with you. His tastes are Spartan. He eats. Hello, busy now, but always got time for you. His tastes are Spartan. Eats little, drinks only water, barely sleeps at all. So you need only lay a simple table. 1 supply. Increase your veils. Ask questions about. Oh, let's do it. An appeal. Thank you for the meal and the company. No wine. It makes me sleepy. Oh yes, I can sleep too easily. That's the problem. He hesitates. There's a draught I take nightly to substitute for sleep. It works well enough, but it keeps me sane and upright. Coffee. But I wish I could enjoy just one night's sleep. If you could help me. We need a clay man from Polythrene. We need a mirror catch box. We need to go to Hunter's Keep. I'll explain when we get there. No, I'm serious. I would owe you a great deal. Mirror catch boxes are rarely sold in London, but can be found in Canaanite and occasionally elsewhere. Okay. I got another mission. All right. An alarming scholar. I don't know. I don't want to sell the Z stories. They're too valuable. The outlandish artifact. I don't want to sell the flute. Oof. I keep thinking there's something really good about that one. It's not that easy to get. A snippet. We have one intriguing snippet. That's the thing. I don't know what I need, and the intellectual property that we're about to sell, so to speak, is that. Okay, so I'm not sure what in hell's name what we do with the live specimens. Well, purchase like a townhouse. I thought about that, but still a little tight on the echoes. Venture. We don't have. You're looking for bolts of spider silk, romantic literature, and shintalak. Oh, we have one piece of shintalak. Unlock with 7 times through. Unlock with objective and no more than 10. You have 1. Unlock the opposite objective is find 7. Can't do much about that. The voracious to that. Okay, so yeah, nothing big here. All right, so let's talk about the ship. Shops. All right, so the question is, we have one of the most basic deck guns. The basic deck gun when we start out with. That's a 12. We have a 22 here. We did some decent damage with the big gun, but if we had 2 really big guns, I think we'd be much happier. Right. Okay, torpedoes. No, the torpedoes replace our big gun. I'm not big on that right now. We have the reproach, which is our basic deck weapon. I think, yeah, the blue is a... No, the blue is not a definition. Forward, forward, aft. We don't have an aft slot. No point. Forward. Deck weapon. That would cost 500. 15, 15, crew damage 1. That's not bad. It's definitely an improvement. Now, we may want to talk about the things we want to purchase. So, Wolfson Exchange. What do we got? Got a bunch of wine. I mean, we could just sell it right now for 20, or I can ship it around for 23 somewhere else. I don't really think we'll be hitting a major port for that anytime soon, so I may just turn around and sell that. Also got the crate of human souls. Alright, so bolts of spider silk. We can actually purchase 7 of those for 700, but... And that would actually, let's see, something silky. Wolf stack, much better. 1,500 echoes for the lot. I mean... Find 7 volumes of romantic literature or 21 bolts of spider silk. You have this. 21 bolts of spider silk. I mean, that's a little too much to spend right now. 1,500, and we be spending 2,100 to get it. That's not going to happen, obviously. Got so much stuff we need to get. And, yeah, shipyard. Now, one of the things I'm actually considering, the Fantastic Voyages II Ford class is actually kind of fun. But the Merchant Class 1 has a serious fat cargo capacity of 120. If I want to make some serious cash, I need to get this. Because, yeah, it'll take my Veils bonus to hell and back, but we're going to be able to put on an extra gun. And I already really, really, really want to just blow the living hell out of a lot of things. I mean, this one's going to hold a 70, but has, you know, a lot of stuff. Yeah. Deck, auxiliary, bridge, app. Wait, you've got to be kidding me. There is no forward cannon on the merchant ship? Well, that just sucks. I guess we're going for the frigate, because there's no way I'm giving away my big guns. Alright, so... the mission, as it were. Here's my thought. So, we need to make a long run. I know I've spent about, what, is it 15 minutes now onto the preparation so far? 12 minutes. So, right. The thing is, I'm going to consider making an extra long run and using the refueling possibilities to do so. And then end with my trip from the Caffeinated Empire down there, or, you know, the port that has all the coffee, and take that up to hell. Go to hell, get the fuel necessary, go up there, screw around a bit with selling off hopefully about 10 coffee within the 800 plus top everything else. Come back with supplies, drop it off at the nun's place, and then head back here. Hopefully with a great deal of cash. The 40 we have for the Corvette doesn't give us a lot to work with. I mean, frankly, the 70 we're going to get with the frigate. And yes, I'm going to try to do the damn frigate. Would be interesting. All right, so Chemist Yards. See if he's got a bigger gun. All right, go to aft. Forward. Deck. 900. Eventually. But, our Avid Suppressor. Bolt 3 suppression +1. Never explodes at full power. Also improves your chances of evading enemy attention. It's good, but... The assistant, combat can be used to deploy for quicker repair. It's just dangerous work. Don't expect them back. Bandersnatch. So the question is, what? And also, there's the We Are Clay people we need. And this one is just engines plus the secure compartment. Cargo security +1. Eventually. What we should be thinking about. Here's one of the other things I do want to talk about. All right, so we've got bigger guns. So what we may want to consider, Iron +8 is good. Surgeons, first officers. Changing out our first officer. This is Mirror 6, Veils 3. This is Mirror 6. Oh, they both have Mirror 6. On the other hand, we've got a lot of Veils, and maybe we need some pages. Let's try her out for a bit. And also the Veils. Do we want Veils, hearts, mirrors, and pages? And Iron 2. Let's put in you. I want to be a little bit of a... try out a little extra things here. The surgeon here, for example, hearts, Iron 3, heart 6, Iron 6, heart 6. Obviously, she stays on board. She stays in her station. Okay, so we still actually drop off that. We pick up that information for the Admiral way off to the east, which is going to be our vague concept for today. We're going to try, but let's get to the shops. Now, I'm probably going to go with the cannons we have now, just so we have the because I want to see how much cash we have. But I want to jump up the fuel. Now, we're done here. Yeah, first we're dropping him off. We can't throw him off, which is awesome. Yeah, there's the wine. Okay, done. What we're going to do is All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, sell off the mushroom wine. Yeah, we could get 3 for it somewhere else more, but I don't care that much. There you go. It's a little bit of extra cash we're going to be needing for the fuel. Now, I'm going to shoot the fuel up, I think, to 25, because it's only 2 less in hell, and I really want to see how far we can range it. Supplies are not going to get upgraded because we can pick them up along the way. So let's get this, well, first of all. All right. There we go. Now, that may be odd that we're having so little going out with such a little cargo, but we're going to use up that fuel faster than you can imagine. Now, for the first mission, I'm actually going to go back to the officers, and we're going to increase veils. Okay, we'll increase veils as much as we can, because veils 8, yeah, he's good. Veils 6 HP, yep. Veils 8. I don't think we have another gunnery officer, so yeah. And let's put you back here. Because we're going to try to sneak out the second group of refugees from over here, at the place that was just taken over by the Aztec Empire. That's all I know about it. Anyways, let's launch. That's the first part of the mission. We're going to, like I said, we've got this much fuel because the plan is to try to see how long range we can make this ship. The Corvette is not a super long range vessel. It's good, but we're going to have to refuel at various spots. Also, the recent news we're saving because I recall that really weird port that definitely wanted us to give them a story to let them on, because the value of stories is really powerful here. And if you're an occultist, the power of sacred myth is really important. And that could be its own freaking lecture, which I won't get into super in, but you begin to realize that sometimes logic is less important than narrative. If you can make things make more sense on a story level than they do a real one. Okay, you know what? Boom. Oh, that happened. I love my guns. Alright. Butcher it for supplies. We might get another supply. We have room for it. And yeah. Now this one would give us more... or this one just gives us more fragments for secrets. Speaking of which, I should probably spend some at some point, but I'm again acquiring them low by low. I'm thinking long range. Let's go. We lost 14 hunger. I forgot, we don't actually get supplies. We reduce hunger that way. Alright, so let's try to get the refugees out. Under the cover of fog, but I don't think it actually helps. Right then. Attempt to dock, smuggle refugees. 58% chance. Let's go. Safer ground. Your lifeboat pulls to the cove unnoticed by the sentries. Came while we were asleep, they did, an islander whispers. Some of us managed to make it to the docks or else to the coves. A couple of the lads held out in the cock and magpie long as they could. He runs a grimy hand through his hair and boards. We succeeded. We gained refugees, and we now have refugees. Oh, excellent. We're not going to try to obviously dock, and the port report only gives us 5 echoes, so it's not really worth it. But what we are going to do, right now we're in Muton Island, we head directly to Shepherd's Isle. Then we're going to start heading into here, and yes, I'll start using the Z-Bat when we get here. I understand, I should be using it more often. It's one of the odd things is, because I've been an actual sailor, is that I will keep my head about things like fuel efficiency, supplies, chains, and such, but weird stuff like the bat. I mean, I just think radar, and I think at somebody else's station because I was a pilot, not a navigator. Yes, I actually drove a destroyer, not that often, mind you. Dear gods, how quickly do we get hunger? Shepherd's Wash. Okay, so here we go. We'll park over here on the side, drop off the refugees for a quick 100. Then we'll probably grab a couple fuel. Because it's one of the advantages of being able to do it like this. The 100 will immediately convert into fuel. Although, to save things, we might want to consider this. Because we are among a lighthouse area. Hopefully that means that we have less terror being generated, but I don't know if that's actually the case. Anyways, let's get to Shepherd Isle, pick up the port report, drop off the refugees, and then plot our next course. Because we're not doing a straight run here. We're kind of seeing how, like I said, how far we can push the ship. And we'll switch out the crew for something a little more aggressive. Right then. Picnic, tails, rest of the sea, compile the report, deliver refugees. Okay, gained 100 echoes, and remove them. And let's see. I want a tale of terror. Excellent. Gained 1 terror, gained 1 sea story, gained 1. Excellent. Because I want to see how many stories we can actually make. We have 6. I want 7, if I recall. I seem to recall something that required 7 of them. Anyways, back to the story. Right, compile the report. Done. And we are ready to go. Now, like I said, I think the best place to do is to head in this direction. Now again, once we get to the edge here, past this, we will start using the bat to see if we can find something, to make this a lot easier. Alright, so. Using that light to navigate by. Again. Honestly wondering about if I should get the suppressor next time. Anyways. Oh, I forgot to pick up the fuel, idiot me. Well, there's the first problem right off the bat. We have more than enough to pick up somewhere else. Oh, I love that. We can actually run into it if we hit it right on. Alright, so now from here, we're doing some navigation. Okay, we'll try the Z-Bat. There are no islands within the Z-Bat's vicinity, so this must be a, well, I don't know what this is. But yeah. They said sometimes when you alright, let's go that way. No islands. Okay. Discovered Patrick's Lot. We did discover a lighthouse. Alright, Salt and Silence. Again, what we may want to consider is heading up to Muton Island, because I believe that is a port that has a fuel station. Again, fine. There are no islands. I don't know what the hell that is. Bog Saline Bleaks. Let's avoid. Actually, no. Let's map this baby. Something glowing up there, and I always like heading towards the glowing things. Always great when you have green glowing things. Nothing bad ever happens. Alright, so there's the station we want. We'll pick up some fuel there and possibly a sailor. Possibly some supplies too, though we really don't need that much right now. Air trembles, a breath of change passes. Okay. Don't know what that means. That actually means something has changed. Alright, so here we are. First of all, T with a factor, compile a report. Excellent. T, Muton Island, exploration, accept a volunteer. Well, we've got 1 person here, but provide a respite. Trade 2 strange catches for a Sooth & Cooper long box. Oh, well, you know, keep that in mind. Poor fellow meets the company. He can spare an hour away from his schedule. Now, ooh. Muton Island. It's unlocked. Let's try this. An interlude. We've been in this one before. We gained 1 supply, and we lost 2 terror, and gained 5 fragments. I think that's it then for stuff. So, yeah. 60% chance of success. And, yeah. But what's our hold like? Yeah, we can hold it. Alright, so, first of all, shops. Yeah, let's get the fuel back up. Let's burn that 100 we made. Bring it back to 5 fuel. Then we'll go back to story and take the chance. You were fortunate. You gained 1 supply. You gained 2 terror. Okay, cool. That was free. So we have 7 still. And perhaps not. Let's check out. Yes, supplies are easy to get, by the way. Let's check out the map. Okay, we're at Muton Island. Now, we could come and swing around here, but I'm thinking we're going to head north down to here and hit some areas here, because our eventual goal is to return back to Estival. So if we do that from a roundabout way, assuming the fuel will hold out. If the fuel doesn't hold out, we also have to stop at Port Cecil on the way out. So we'll get Estival, basically come around and hit Port Cecil, and then start heading down through here to get to Port Carnarvon, and then the Iron Republic, the Communion Canal, the Coffee Run, and back to London. That's the plan. We all know what plans do. They like to go to hell. So, let's see how that goes to hell on us today. Dear gods, that's one way of doing it up there. We're still running the stealth build at the moment. Good thing we got that fungus. We just ate it. Alright, so yeah, terror is pretty low. Probably since we're going through so many of these lit places, not deal with the terror quite as much. Going from light to light is kind of a way to spare us some fuel. Again, like I said, we burned that 100 we made for the refugees doing this, so technically we haven't really made an issue here. Alright, so what we need to do at this point is beyond here, navigate to the north. Once we get further away from the island, we'll hit the Z-Bat, as you all have been wanting me to do for some time. And discovered bony reefs. Where's that? Oh, the two are north. We should probably check that out. The Grim Lamp. Okay, so we hit the Z-Bat. No islands. Okay, so that at least we know. Another one of these. Lighthouse, or is it a light ship? Because the light ships do have fuel as well. Scuttering and chittering, always a good sign. There's an island. No, usually the lighthouses are by areas of, note. But discovered Skylar's End. Who was Skylar? Skylar must have crashed his ship here. That's why they put a lighthouse. Okay, so Z-Bat. Can you understand why I'm not? Oh, great. So you're telling me the Z-Bat couldn't find this. Now you understand why I'm kind of, Oh, wait, we already know this one. Never mind. Probably stop in and top off our fuel. Get ourselves a port report. Thoughts of home. One of us actually live here? Okay, so. Right then. Alright, Postman's Tavern. Do some more shift work. Explore the beach. Now let's first assemble the port report. Nuncio? Alright. So, tavern. Let's actually explore the beach. Collect material for the dead letter office. Rescue a parcel that won't stop meowing. And take soundings. Great hollowness beneath these shores. Let's do the parcel. Parcel Katansu were not all pleased to make your acquaintance. A yellow glare, flash of claws, a distinctive odor, and the horde animals out of sight. You better believe it will come to regret mauling you, but alas, it's likely to regard this rat-infested island as paradise. Your left cheek will never quite be the same. Ah, well, that's great. Take soundings. Okay. Death below. Striking the ground causes the stones to shift and rattle. It is hard at first to hear anything more than that, but if you try long enough and strike hard enough, the whole beach shivers like the surface of a drum. The flotsam letters quiver and align themselves in concentric circles around the point of impact. Your next wave brings ashore 3 or 4 more times the usual freight. That actually means the stuff that they put at the bottom of the section. Remember the giant cellar beneath the postmaster station? Does that actually mean that they all that stuff floats back up here in an endless cycle? And that's really a great analogy for the for any sort of bureaucracy. Okay, you now have 1 dead post. Excellent. Let's get back to the docks. Let's drop off at the tavern. Ask to borrow a uniform. Okay. Show off your sacrament of the riposte. Conversation starting hits like a parcel of the bloodstains. Actually, let's do that. You've lost it. Cultivating friendship. Everyone flinches you open the sack. The bartender speaks for everyone. What's wrong with you? Bring that stuff here. Take it to the dead letter office. Wonder you can even carry it. What with the pull? Ooh, and we lost the uniform. It's the best. Oh. It's in postal tall tales. Okay, let's do that. Gained 1. Cultivating friendships. Delicate bottles lowered on chimneys on a rope. Do not fold under any circumstance. Letters curled through a narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open, the servants they bribed, the delivery surcharges they paid out of their own salaries just to be rid of one more packet. It's hard to tell which they hate more, the senders of the mail or the recipient. Stands to reason if the message was a welcome one, they tell the other fellow in person. Reflects the hairless parawoman. Okay, so we got 4. Let's ask to borrow a uniform. You're polite. They're polite, even apologetic about your request. You're welcome here and welcome to take shifts at the Dead Letter Office, but you cannot wear the uniform unless you are a postal employee back in fallen London. Regulations. Blunt Thomas lets you have a look at his uniform jacket at least. Neat stitching, gilding buttons, a thin but dignified circle of braid at the collar. Inside, the patch that goes over the heart stitched with 6 red letters. You can't read it, but it makes your eyes itch and your scalp feel like burning. Oh, yay! New +1 friendship, level 5, accepted by the locals. Trade war stories about your shift work. You know how to fit in. All right, then. Let's do it. The parcels you weighed and entered the logbooks, the things have oozed out of them. The postmen are delighted by your incredulity and shock. A civilian, finally understanding the full horror of the post. They have stories even worse than those, let me tell you. Hang on a moment, Postmaster Scritch. We have all heard your rubbery lumps. Remember, the rubbery lumps are something you eat over at the, oh god, the place we just picked the refugees. I can't remember. Pickled with what is, sorry already, but it's nothing compared to the Tomb Colony pickles. Pickled what is what I want to know, fingers. What also about that soothing Cooper crate and how it had to scrape off the bits of masonry? Do you remember? The night runs late. Trusted in Nuncio. Talk about the caverns. Nope, back to the docks. Let's do some shift work. Alright. The bell chimes above the door. They look up for a second, then realize you're here to relieve them. Make a study. 40% chance. Now, actually, this is something I want to check. You can probably shift back to officers. Okay, if the pages, right? So we grab, let's see, first officer. She increases her pages by 3, so slight chance there. Okay, the chief engineer. Do any of them increase our pages? No. Gunnery officer. Do any of them increase our pages? No, I think he's our only guy, actually. Pages? Nope. Pages? No. Okay, so what we're going to do is go back to story. We'll go back to the shift work, come back in, bell chimes, very chancy. It gives us a slightly better chance of success. Leave your underlevels into the sorting machine. Okay, cool. Let's do it. You've gained 1 last post, your dead letters hasn't changed, your cultivating friendship hasn't changed because it's higher than 3. Okay. Oh. I did that yet. Alright. It's locked in when you, we already did something away. It's, how the postal right about your, make a solitary, yeah, let's do a solitary. Okay. Ooh, this is good. You get further this time. 3 twists, 6, 10. The cavern is at least 100 feet wide at this point, and there is no sign of the bottom. The things on the shelves are labeled in languages you can't read. There are rusty iron boxes, wooden planks, and clay tablets. Clay tablets being the oldest form of messages there were, as in 6,000 to 3,000 years ago before papyrus. That's how old this stuff is. Remember, this is the Underworld, so things that were of the past and died would be here. Just think your archaeologists dream to be down here, but once they're down here, they can't come back and report their findings. It's just terrible. Anyways, the things in the shelves are... Okay, now there is a thing you might hope to understand. A packet wrapped in oilskin, rolls of maps depicting unfamiliar shorelines, annotations concerning the creatures of the deep, a mark where the captain drowned his astrolabe as a sacrifice or out of fear. Centuries old the message may be, but seafarers have the same needs and the same fears. You pick apart the knot on the captain's diary and spread the pages. A prickling heat sweeps over your scalp. You can't read the words. You can't read the words. You can't read the words. When you get back upstairs empty-handed, you remember the story you could not read. There was a field of stars and it was swarming with maggots. Okay, so familiar with the flaming letters. Excellent. The Z story, 1 secret and 20 terror added. Okay. High risk challenge. We are not going to go any further into there right now. Okay? Not today. Okay. So yeah, we kind of need to leave, and also we need to do something about our terror our next stop. But, shops. We will need to bring our fuel back up to 25. There you go. Supplies will leave there for the moment. Now, let's pause, hit the map. We've basically done this sweeping, so what we want to do from here is we want to head to Estival. We'll use the ZVAT. We'll get to here. We'll grab the extra food here, the exchange of 1 crew member. We will then possibly head in this direction. We can get to Apis Meat directly with the current fuel we're running. I will, but we'll have to find out. Especially if that port we want to hopefully find to drop off the to get the strategic information for the Admiral will be in our way, but we don't know that. Yeah, supplies are kind of easier to get. Terror is going to be an issue, which is why we're probably going to burn a little more light. Okay, so supplies are a little low, but we'll be okay. I mean, I can turn supplies into fuel. I'm not sure that works the other way around. By the way, I made a calculation. It's actually cheaper to buy supplies and make fuel out of them from the surface than it is to buy fuel. 10 for 2 supplies. 15 for fuel. But you really got to time it because you'll have to keep doing it every time you're down to 1 fuel. Right, Z-Bat. Okay, we probably don't want to deal with these guys. You into? Alright, fine. I'm not going to be the one to open up, but I have both weapons ready. Fine. Okay. Yeah. Are we thinking we were tough shit? Just think if I gotten the other gun. Fragments of clay are littered. You destroyed the unfinished pirates. Fragments of clay are littered across the deck. They crunch underfoot like potsherds. Unfinished men do not surrender. What treasure these villains take? You finished opening a crate of curiosities. Bolt of fabric. Parabolibin. You've opened up 1 bale of parabolibin. Parabola is a serpent placed behind mirrors. Oh! Yeah, again, that's a bit of foreshadowing for Cultist Simulator and Book of Hours, in that the serpents, the children of the Mother of Ants, aka also 7 coils before that, exist within the void, which is the knock principle, which is symbolized by a key. You're going to understand how crazy occultists are about their secret symbolism, and Alexis Kennedy is giving you the basics of it. But yeah, bit of annoyance that we had to do that, but hey, Clayman, we needed to get some captive at some point, but I guess it didn't work out. Anyways, I don't even remember. We done what the bat showed me there's anything there because we kind of got into a fight. Alright, so pause. Okay. Evac has discovered something. Click to mark it. Okay, so now it's on our chart. Not that, this chart. So we need to head directly north to get to this target. So thank you for all the people who have been annoying me about the bat. Not annoying, reminding. You haven't actually been annoying. Please forgive me. My standard method is snark. So yes, I actually do appreciate you letting me know this existed, because otherwise I would have driven right past this. Okay, shallow waters too. Ashaven. Clean Ashaven. Yeah, we're not gonna get into a fight again if we can avoid it. Godfall. Excellent. More fragments. The hell? Alright. Something drifts face down. So we're gonna... I guess this is probably where the golem people live. Don't think we're gonna be losing any terror around here, but okay. Our big gun is making life slightly better for us. The Antoine Abyss. Do not go in there. That could be actually one of the... We need to know which side... This side is gonna have it. I mean, that could be the, vortex. Probably just a deep set of water, but I don't want to screw it. I don't want to screw with it. Alright, sometimes, just occasionally, bits of the roof fall off. Be glad you weren't here when this one did. Godfall. The brawling, bearded men who live here call themselves monks. Great, we've got the weird nuns, and we got the weird monks. That's the thing about Christianity. It's really got some freaky out stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff I mentioned about Gnosticism, yeah, that's legit Christianity. That is a 2,000-year-old heresy that the god you worship in church is actually the bad guy. Long story on that one. Okay. Oh, we should have... Oh well. Brawling, okay. Of wine. The throats of the barbers are dry. They'll paper something and moisten them. So, yeah, next time we need 5 casks of wine. Wouldn't matter if we kept it in the first place. But of blood, they want a hunting trophy. Of shouting. Explore the Shattered Citadel. Which we would need. Uncovering mysteries. And Foxfire. Well, we now know what we need here. 5 Foxfire, 5 Foxfire and 5 casks, and that would be a decent run. So we have to make another run in this direction. Shops. We do not have any shops. Okay, keep that in mind. Without the other 3 supplies, we'll have to go straight to Estival at this point. Shouting. So, yeah. Port report. Tales, eager to talk about their history. The stalactite, they assure you, was once part of the citadels of the starved men who dwelt on the roof. The fact that there might be roof dwellers is interesting. When it fell, a few of our occupants survived to become the monks' progenitors. How does that work? When you do their vow of celibacy, they become vague and certainly eager to speak of details of passing shipping. Okay, but yeah, we'll need some stuff, and apparently we need to figure out uncovering mysteries. So my guess is that we'll need it for get the box fire. Perhaps not. That is essentially where we are now. Plus will be one more let's see, current location. Yep, we'll hit Estival and head down. Still don't have the place we're looking for. So since we know there's somebody here, we're going to try to sneak at the bottom there, this section here. Then hit Estival to get those extra supplies. All right, so let's launch. Yes, you're not actually annoying me with these sort of things. It's just, I feel like you're annoyed with me, and I think I was projecting a bit. Because I can be a bit dense. Like I said, I'm so used to actually sailing that sometimes the more fantastical stuff just, like, goes over my head. Interesting. Then, like, the bolt of silk will sell. Don't know where we'll sell it. Ooh. I always like these things we're looking behind. Hopefully it's not a huge mouth that's going to eat us. Send out a radar pulse. We'll just call it that from now on. I'll remember it better. Whoa! That... So, tiles of appetite. That hit hard. Where are we? Obey. Probably okay. There's the dock. We'll hit that section. Hopefully there's supplies. Otherwise we could be in some serious trouble. We've got extra people. Whoa, crawling stars. Eyes on the deck. Could go either way. Unlucky. Gained 1 terror. Terror could become a problem, but we'll be doing some sunbathing to get rid of it at the end of this. Commingle, obey. Yeah, it's kind of reminding me of They Live. Have you ever seen that old sci-fi film with I'm going to have to actually explain who Rowdy Piper is. He was one of the original World Wrestling Federation wrestlers who was highly popular and got starred in a sci-fi thing with John Carpenter, I believe, about how aliens have infiltrated human society. Here is Screaming, the Tactrin Clay Men. Oh my god. Evasive clothes colonies, walking like humans, cobbles that grown underfoot on the hills above Palace Villa of Marble, even that rise is buried bones in an earthquake. Well, that's interesting. What news? Shore leave. Drink beer from whales beer that whales from cups that sob. Is an expense? No, we are not reducing terror. Carry, claim, and under. Are they passengers or cargo? They're certainly the easiest passengers imaginable, unless one of them turns out the unfinished man. You should have 6 units of cargo available. You do have claymen that are, of course. Audience for the Kingman requires a watchful curio. The king will see your little friend. No, he won't. Not you just now. Just for an handful of the watchful curio. We don't have that. First thing, intelligence. The king is 100 hearts. Has ruled from his palace above the city he has never seen. He makes no treaties with other lands, but there's unrest in the air. The claymen you speak to are obedient and humble, but they speak nervously of those who are not. The named, rebellious, the unfinished. Some of the people we just killed out there. Do we actually want to spend for terror? 30 echoes. Oh, actually, that place. It's not bad, actually. You could, let's see, 30. Lost 1 terror. Wow. That's all? Wow. Okay. Should have read it, but okay. We'll carry the claymen. Check our hold for shops. Shops. Ooh. Yeah, 300. We are clay. This. Okay, we can't do so because we have too many people. Engine power, iron. Ooh, but it's good. Good. Our quarters will reduce to 12. Fuel efficiency, though. Well, engine power means we'll move faster. Well, I mean, not as efficiently. But yeah, the Judgment Egg, the Sapphires are 95, so this actually would sell easier here than back over in London. It's good to know. Judgment Egg, Stygian Ivory. We need some of this for other places, but, oh wait, we have to sell them here. Okay, bring material. Okay, so this would actually be interesting. We'd have to lose 2 of our people, but we would also increase our power. I do think, story-wise, we're supposed to, if I recall, where is he? Right. Use your veils. Okay. While you sleep, we have unlock with crew 3, you have 14. You learned about this and one serpent trap. We don't have a serpent trap. Take a clayman to an empty mirror catch box. All right. The thing is that a clayman? Yeah, I think it's probably a clayman. Or is it this story? Clayman. All right. So you should have 6 unit cargo space available. This is correct. Okay, so that'll bring us to 33. It's not huge. We gotta drop your ass off. Supply problem is an issue, though. We're gonna have to make it directly to Estival at this point. Okay, so what we should do, I'm thinking, let's carry the Clayman to London. We're heading back there anyways. Wait. Problem is it's 6 units. I can't do the coffee thing. Amen. We don't know how much this is worth. Coffee is basically going to have to be me with 10 coffee, 25 fuel, and some other stuff. Now, the thing is, I have 40, so 35, 41 for the playthrough. Technically, it's possible, but not as much fun. We'll do this some other time. It could be an unfinished man at some point. But yeah, if we carry these people there, we drop them off for a few hundred or something like that. That's a thing, but we don't. But the thing is, 6 times 80 is 480. So we'll do this at some other time, because we're going to try something else. But yeah, we should probably head out at this point. Engine power at 250, iron plus 5. We could be valuable. Again, let's drop us to 12 people. 2 people are going to have to stay here and hopefully it'll get picked up some other day. Anyways, yeah, we're going to do it. Let's go. And we launch. Estival it is. Straight course. We've got I know we've got that area marked in the map up here. Hang on. And then, of course, it's right there. But Estival's a problem. We need to go. I don't know if we can buy supplies there. We're down to 1 supply. We know Estival will be able to give us 8 more supplies, which you should be able to handle. Gained a secret. Oh, even more secrets. Great. I will see if we mark anything else out here. No islands. Very well. The Aquatic Abyss. Great. We always find the most lovely places. Yeah, we may have to, I didn't think we were actually going to get back to, London this episode. Like I said, we're experimenting. Ewan's Way. Great. More places for our map. But I don't think any of these are actually, ports or anything. Not according to what we have here. Cobb's Way Bay. Wait a minute, what? Oh, this is Estival. There we go. And Leslie's Harbor. Alright, Sun, gather supplies. There we go. 8 supplies, lost 1 crew. There we go. Okay, so we're down to 13. That's okay. He was sleeping on the deck anyway, since we rebooted the quarters. Yeah, the 8 supplies, and our hold is at 32, so we're good there. Those 8 supplies will carry us quite a distance. Anyways, let's get back to the story. File a report. That is all we need. Now, after a quick pause for a moment, so we're not using our supplies. Now, with Estival, we need to get back to Adam's Way. We've got more than enough fuel to do so. Probably get Port Cecile to drop this idiot off who's taking off one of our thing would make sense, but we might actually next time run this way, or this way, to get to a polythreme and then back up to here. We can only do so much at once, so with Estival, we'll head directly to Adam's Way and see if we catch anything in between. The 8 supplies should get us there, and we should have, good gods help us, we should have. Where is recent? Do we have recent news? Because I'd be upset if that's the case. Artifact, fragment. Strategic information. Oh my god, so much. What does recent news even look like? There, no, restful night. We may not have recent news. We may not be able to do anything there. We can, however, buy stuff, so there is that. Yeah, we may not have recent news. That's interesting. I thought we had it, but... oh well. There you go, we are clay. Oh well, I might have screwed that one up. But, you know what? It's a thing. We learn from our mistakes. And I make many mistakes, and I learn much from them. We're going to actually head south a bit more, so we can get a little more area done. Terra's not great. I want to see what you are. We get into a fight. No, it doesn't give. I was hoping to give me the indication of how much, what health that is. I mean, it's no point in getting into a fight. We've got our supplies. But yeah, the whole point of that, like I said, is Estival is kind of a restock station for food. This is strange. I don't know if I want to go here. It looks like a spider place. Okay. This is going to be a port, isn't it? Or something far worse. Yay! Floating webs. I feel bad. I feel very bad, but we're obviously going to be doing this because it's a cosmic horror game. Doing things that are terrible for us is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. I mean, it eventually ends with us screaming and shock about the true nature of the cosmos and our insignificance in it, but that's just kind of par for the course. I mean, I do that on a regular basis. Huh. There's a port, but we're not going to take the direct route, obviously, because there's a giant crab there. Right then. What on earth have we discovered? Now, are we going to survive it? This doesn't smell like a trap, it screams like a trap. Also, eldritch abominations abound, because that is awesome sauce. Just hopefully some of these are sentient and reasonable. Yeah, we're going to keep the veils going for a while, I think. The nativity, that doesn't really fill me with hope, that particular statement. I don't think we'll be refueling here, mind you. We're not going very far into that island, I hope. Holy shit. The sound of the constant motion is like pebbles on the beach. Scuttering Reaches, intricate webs stretch into the darkness. The glumness of the nativity is broken by the reds and golds of freshly hung bangers. Unlock with Savior Rock. Something awaits you. Assistance of an experienced captain crew. The glumness of the nativity is broken by reds and golds of the freshly hung banners. Spider-worshipping weavers and widows guide the traders in readying their celebrations of gratitude to the generous neighbors that silently watch over from the shadows. A haunted doctor. Please, I must leave this place. The sorrow spiders will not take me back, please. The haunted doctor increases hearts and pages. Trade supplies for silk. We have 2 supplies. Once it was most coveted in the Neath, they can do no better time to acquire some without the usual trader's markup. I want to see what this does. Okay, we have 1 bolt of spider silk and lost 2 supplies. We'll be needing to stock up on supplies like this till after the festival silk, warns the merchant. As people load up your goods in the ship, it'll be back in echoes regular after that. But come and you see me, I'll give you a deal that make Mr. Vale's cloak white. Sorry, I'm speeding up again. He pauses for a moment, checking the shadows and the instinct. Of course, if anybody asks, I never said that. All right, so we can't give them too many supplies, as we only have 5 at this point. Compile a report, but we need 1 cask of wine to do that. Ooh, delivery of trinkets. Almost entirely legitimate. Still, so urgently requests help you delivery to fallen. Okay, let's do this. Trinkets, just trinkets. Okay, cool. Smuggling. Assistance with festivals and the haunted doctor. Let's increase hearts and pages. Yeah, by all means, let's take him. All right, well, let's get the officer going. The haunted dude. Pages 6. All right. Iron 6, part 6, pages 3. Let's talk to you. Chat over science, over the lights dinner of Z-Chat. We can't do that because we don't have enough supplies yet. Okay, so not a problem. Assist. 10 fragments, an occurrence, Saber's Rock, caught in the webs of the Saber's Rocks. 1, a stranger to spiders. Various activities have little practice showing appreciation, but at least you put in effort. In particular, they are not entirely accident let slip the secrets of a court of grace. A hospitality granted visitors by the generous neighbors of whom they speak no ill. Sentient spiders will eat you if you like the Fae. It's like with the Fae. You call them the fair folks, so they don't do bad things to you. Keep them happy, where they'll eat you. They do, however, hint this only applies to travelers arriving through the port. Those unlucky enough to run aground on the rocks consider themselves, but no. A sorrow spider might hear something that they, of course, would never say. 1, a stranger to spiders. Meet with an emissary, preparing for the festival silk, trade supplies, or pile, okay, perhaps not. Scuttering Reaches. Ooh. Risk exploring without candles? Oh, hell no. We can't do the port. We should have kept the damn cask. Oh, well. Yeah, make mistakes. But we do have stuff. And the shops. We do have fuel. All right. Now, the thing is, if we buy 2 fuel, go back 2 supplies. How much do they normally sell the silk for, I wonder? 60 silk, I mean, I don't know where we'll be selling it, mind you. But 16 for fuel. Wow. A lot. Probably going to grab just a couple, though. Then I'm thinking, yeah, what we do is we buy 4 supplies, 3 supplies, and we get another spider silk for it. We see how that works out when we sell it. Actually, what the hell is our card? Card goes at 11. All right, so let's say we buy 4. Convert them over into spider silk. That's 60, and if we sell the spider silk for more than 60, yeah. Festival might happen again. Let's just use the spider silk we have and use that as an indicator. But yeah, I think we're good here. And we don't have a port report, unfortunately, but hey. Can't have everything. Alright, so we want to launch. No landing anywhere uncomfortable, as it were. We still need to get back to Adam's Way. Might be able to sell the silk there. We'll head in this direction. Now, yeah, if you have an agreement with Eldritch Abominations, Restless Nights, inquire about dreams. Oh, failed. 21 terabyte. Gained 1 terabyte, we gained 10 fragments. Well, there's a price for everything. Yeah, I'm actually kind of doing that here. When we have light, I'm going to try to do this in order to conserve fuel. 5 supplies should get us 2. Adam's Way well enough. 4 now. Side. You're not recording anything? Wait, what the hell? Keep running across things. Sea of Stones? Where the heck are we now? Well, this is unusual. Let's not deal with that, shall we? I'd rather get in your rear arc if you don't mind. Let's see if we can get the hand between us and you, okay? I don't know what that is. Again. Oh, that's not good. It doesn't actually block anything. Get the heck out of here. Out of range on that one. Took some serious damage there, the Sea of Statues. I guess it's got a pretty powerful guardian. We'll be back. When I get the frigate, you'll pay for that. Well, that sucked. We're gonna have to get repairs now. Think we're good? No, we're not. Definitely gonna get the thing where we block the engine. Jeesh, this place is, problematic. I don't know where we are now, but no islands, so nothing significant. Well, that sucked. Oh, screw me. Well, this isn't fun. Like, not fun at all. Yeah, Terra's going to be interesting. Maybe we can get to the south of this thing. Not hostile yet, anyways. Kin Eater's Castle. Great place. Kind of hard to get to. Pause. There. I think we can make it. Oops. Alright, turn about. Try to turn at lower speed. I think we're clear at the moment. Probably where we end the episode in this port. Okay. I saw it looking at us. Bring up the nets. Don't. We've lost one terror. Great. Could always use less terror. I don't know what we went through, but this is a tough port to get to. Hopefully it means something good. 2 supplies. Hopefully it's got supplies. Port Erdnamids. The burning white light of Varshaz. Well, that's great. The mirrored city where light was always about the law. Oh, great. The walled city of Varchez is a tangle of green vines and luminescent fungal flowers slow blooming about the moldering stone. A quintex of carved stone towers that rise over the walls and pour burning white light into the bleak sky. A roughed, shadowed path leads from the docks to the mirrored gates of Varchez. 2 towering carved stone lamps throw their light upon the angled mirrors, and a blue-cloaked guard stands in the reflected pool of light. The city is a beacon against the tree-hushed, sprawling darkness of the elder continent in far distance of vast mountain glimmers. Choke on the smell. It is overpowering sweet. It comes from the fungus growing wild over the stones. The sailors watch you, wave you over. They are squatting on some upturned crates on the dock, playing a game of mirrored bones and stylized snakes. Ask a guard a few questions. Never a bad idea to gather a little intelligence before heading into unknown waters or cities, as the case may be. Tell the guard you wish to enter. Something awaits you. Compile a report first before we do anything else. Alright, so let's ask the guard a few questions. Never a bad idea. A blue cloak guard only acknowledges your existence when you step out of the darkness of the path and into the light. The guard stands in the middle of the pool of light, looking warily at the darkness beyond you. Up close, the guard's blue cloak is threadbare and mossy along the hem. A pattern of embroidered sun runs along the collar, but the gold thread is dull. The kohl around her eyes is smudged. Now we're doing the Egyptian theme again. Well, Tamas, she asks, are you going to ask your questions, or are you just going to stare? Her tone is brusque, and her expression is merely curious. You do not think Varchis receives many visitors. Okay. Okay, so let's say my name is not Tamas. The guard looks scandalized and tries to stop her ears. All those who are not Varshas are Tamas. You have been touched by darkness and it has taken over your name. She fixes you with an admonishing look and then adds, it is very ill-mannered to pretend you still have one. You begin to see a little why Varchez is not often visited. It looks like you will have to get used to being called Tamas if you wish to enter. Ask about the light. It seems wasteful, possibly ostentatious. We always must walk in Mihir's light, so we burn our lamps day and night to banish darkness from the mirrored city, she tells you proudly. If we let darkness corrupt us, we would not be Varshos any longer, but Tamas, like you. Okay, so these are shades who are basically trying to not fade by using magical light, is my guess. To wonder, is that so terrible a fate? Her mocking laugh answers you before her words do. Yes, it would be terrible indeed, Tamas. Before you ask, she adds, no, I do not have any desire to leave Varchas. The rest of Neath has fallen by Mir's grace, but I have no wish to join them. Ask about her. It's a great honor to guard the mirrored gates, she snaps defensively. She gestures to the very edge of the pool of light illuminating her post. It is very dangerous, even a small stumble, and I could fall into the dark. Her voice goes thready. I would be banished from Mir's grace. I would lose my name. That is why I only send the bravest outside the walls. Ask about the city's customs. Best know where you thought them, easier to plan an escape route. I like that. Don't touch the mirrors. Don't even look into the mirrors, she says, her voice hard. And try very hard not to dream. Were you expecting anyone along the lines of don't murder anyone or only a rare and special occasion? Still, you nod and smile. Don't touch the mirrors. You have no more questions. Disappointed, but does not try to engage you further. What is this? Okay. Let's talk. You're not thinking of going in there, the sailors gawk at you in unconcealed horror. They take turns telling you the gruesome stories of Varshas in which no doubt invented whole cloth. Some are convinced that Varshai render sailors into tallow to light their city. I'm not saying it's impossible. Others say they steal shadows and sell them to their masters, all of them convinced that the blind any stranger who dares to gaze too long upon their city's secrets. We're just waiting to be paid and we're off, one of the sailors says, nervously finishing a mirror chip. I've only got one eye left and I'd like to keep it. Alright, let's... Flowers have a white waxy leaves which become powdery traces on your fingers. The light coming from the city has the same campers effect, and the smell, perfume worn too many days in the body, unread books left to turn to ink-stained pulp, a garden drowned and rotting in still water. Oh, that sounds lovely. She makes a mark on her ledger before ringing a brass bell. We're trying to get in. The mirrors of the gate realign to give you space to pass, but never once allow shadow to touch the guard. Our ways are not yours, Tomas. Remember that, and you will walk and let me hear an occurrence. An occurrence. The Varchaz, the mirrored city quality, is now one. Your eyes are blinded by the brilliance of the light. The verdant rot smell is even thicker. The heat of so much flame and reflected light presses oppressively against your skin. Your head pounds. In a few minutes, your eyes adjust, and you can look around. The brass lamps and guided scones hang from every wall, and the phosphorescent fungus grows moss-like upon doors and ceilings. Cunningly arranged mirrors catch every droplet of light and diffuse it through each cobblestone and rampart of the city. Is drenched and blazing and utterly without shadow. Who do you speak to? The fire keeper, the white cloak guard, the fungus carter, the jeweled turbaned youth, or continue exploration? Now, nails of the tower, more than 3. Varchaz, tardy lamplighter. Probably something awaits you. Some of these might cost us. Unlock the Varchaz. Rotation. All right. He is winking at you. Is a furtive wink or a flirtatious one? Only one way to find out. He looks utterly overjoyed to make your acquaintance, the bangles on his wrist flashing as he presses his hands together in greeting. My friends and I would be honored if you would attend a small gathering with us, Tomas. We are so eager to hear about the world outside Varchaz city walls. It seems Oculus' invitation, then why does his guard's gaze dart around so anxiously when he tells you how to find his mansion in the eastern district? So we have the invitation, which removes this. Fungus carrier, the fire keeper. Let's talk that. All right. It's too important to play guide to you, Tomas, she tells you even before you open your mouth. I'm the keeper of the western principal mirror. She points up at the enormous multifaceted mirrors set atop each of the city's 5 towers. I'm only here because I'm looking for my idiot brother. He is probably busy pouring wine down some pretty dark-eyed boy's throat in a tavern. Okay. This is also a matter of great urgency, you wonder. He's late for his lamp checks in the sacred district, is a terse reply as she hurries away. If the Alfrangi find out, he'll be lucky to end up a lake dredger. Okay, we've that tardy. Your first bell is sound. You gained 1 memory of distant shores. White cloak guard. Okay, let's check out this. The mirrored city gleams entirely. All right, entertain. Okay, we walk galleried courtyards wreathed with vines and fungal blooms. Long straight roadways crisscross the length and breadth of Varchaz, the stone worn by the wheels of carts and the treads of thousands of slippered feet. Lamplighters constantly check the fuel levels of the scones and replace wicks. Firekeepers check the coiled spring mechanisms that will control the angle of the mirrors. There's much to explore. Where will you go next? Entertainments, hospital, guardhouse, temple, mansion, the inn. That has to be unlocked with you Nels Fire 5, you have 1. Pilgrimage. You have to 2, you have 1. Argenta's interest. It looks like this is like the lot going here. But let's check out the mansion first. We got invited. Well, I did invite you after all. You're not entirely sure what you're expecting from the jewel turbaned youth's invitation. The invitation is capitalized. I like that. Perhaps a candlelit dinner and a genteel seduction. It turns out to be an evening of card games and chilled wine with his rather eclectic collection of friends. But as the wine is drunk and the cards are played, the gathering dinner takes on a certain political tone. A raggedy-dressed artisan begins complaining of the Agarati's trade restrictions. A novice priest points out the contradictions in Mihir's mantras. A stone carver questions, among the revolutionaries. Question whether his daughter should also have to follow the same profession. Will you tell us a story? Tell them of yourself. Invent a fanciful tale. Tell a wanderer's tale. Return to the city center. 39, 55, and you know what? Let's just tell them of ourselves. You wet your throat with your tart wine, and rat wine probably is a thing, and fix your eyes on a carved lintel and begin your own somewhat convoluted tale. At the end of it, they look slightly dissatisfied, slightly relieved. We were hoping, the jewel turban youth cleared his throat, that you would tell us, lies. You are a little insulted. After all, it's not as though you make a habit of telling strangers your past. Well, I mean no insult, he says placidly. We only have true stories here in Varchaz, and no intentions, no made-up tales. You've lost 3 terrors and gained 1 memory of distant shore. Okay. We could... Okay, our veil's quality... Right, switch... The problem is I can't switch the officers without coming back and starting all over. So we'll have to go with what we got here. All right, you got it. Your crew had employed this tale, and you probably added their own asides and embellishments. Still, you couldn't have hoped for a more appreciative audience. They grasp and moan and shudder guiltily as your story comes to a climax. Anyways, this you, Alex. The June turbaned youth takes you by the hand. His own is shaking, his skin is clammy. We are forbidden from the trickery of storytelling of Varchas, he says handsomely. I have never heard so sublime. You succeeded in the Veil's channel, an occurrence. Varchas, the jewel turbaned youth's invitation is now 2. The third tower of that. You have now 1 searing enigma. Interesting. That's good. We may come back again someday. Okay. The temple, the guardhouse, the hospital. Check out the hospital. You feeling a little fevered? Do you hope to learn medical secrets, or perhaps you just enjoy the moans and flesh faces of the sick and suffering? Okay. The charitable hospital is a long gallery building divided into a series of curtained wards with their own light sources and mirror scenes. The dour-faced nurse country gets me. Which ward are you here to visit? Fungal infection, mirrorless room. The open ward. Services the brisk carpenter, we campaigner, we want our trust. Okay, we're in 3, you have 4. Dour-faced nurse's approval. We do not have it. Offer the service of the haunted darkers. Ooh. You have 3. Unlock. We need her approval. Offer some services. Arches? You can probably try. Arts is only 23, however. Give it a whirl. Failed. Apparently, they do things very differently, Varches, or maybe your anatomy's a bit rusty. After you make a few fumbling attempts to put in a catheter, the dour-faced nurse declares you a menace and banishes you from the ward. Oh, well. Okay, so let's go with the mirrorless ward. This is where we keep the mirror mad, she says with a shudder. The mirrors whisper to them, and instead of going to the sun priest, they whisper back. Ooh, mirrors? Oh, wow. Made in the mirror? Anyone? Then you must abandon them in a locked room. We don't despise them. They're given food and water. Attending the mirror mad uses up almost as fuel as Mirror's temple because they want to be lit with direct lamplight. We don't dare let them in any mirrors. She shudders. The mirror mad are worse than Tomas. They no longer serve me here, but other powers, those that speak in dreams and visions. She refuses to say more. Okay, it is evening. We've gained 7 fragments, and we are locked away from everywhere else. So I think, yeah, but the inn. Ladies and gentlemen, will you sleep? All visitors to Varches are given 1 night's accommodations in the city's only inn. It is a handsome stone mansion arranged around a pleasantly cool courtyard. Frescoes of city life are painted on the walls. Given how few visitors Varches hosts, you suspect the inn is more usually used by philandering locals. Evening falls, or does it? The town's 5 principal mirrors are mounted on coiled spring mechanisms and alter their angles subtly to create the impression of evening, but it never stops being light. Across the light, the firekeepers throw pinches of colored powder into the lamps, and the quality of the light yellows to softer brilliance. The wine-based lamp lighter. Damn it! He is dressed in saffron robes, and is pouring wine down the throat of a very attractive dark-eyed boy. You can tell him his sister is looking for him. You know what? We will. He starts up in horror, spilling burgundy red wine everywhere. His young companion looks irritated. I'm late, he cries. Mithra, forgive me. The Argrunti are going to skin me alive. He pumps your hand in gratitude. Thank you, Tomas. I won't forgive you. Here, take my arc jewels. Okay. Tardy lamplighter qualities, too. We've gained 3 outlandish artifacts. Wow. The smells of cooking mingle with fungus rot, but you aren't going to let that put you off your food. 78% chance. In courtyard, the cushions are arrayed around the marble fountains. In the middle, musicians pluck their instruments under the shade of twisted sleep. Locked with 0 menaces. Excellent. Don't sleep. And you know what? We're going to do the kitchens first. Hail. The inn's cook is a large scowling man with arms, like a stevedore, who turns you out with a word. Are all cooks fearsome? Yes. What we wouldn't give for a crease-faced, kindly old lady with sweet tarts in her pockets. You're not going to find that here. Sleep. I guess that's all we can do. You fall into sleep easily despite the bright light, but your dreams are full of whispering, glittering smoke, severe vapors that coil into reflective, warping shapes. You see your limbs bend, your skin slough, your eyes twist. You wake up with your heart pounding. Slow down again. Sorry about that. The nostrils are full of fungal rot smell of Varches. Your body is as it always was, but somehow this is not comforting as it should be. You now have 1 menace, 10 terror, and your permitted time is over. Okay, dawn. All right, we're gone. Okay, return, the guard tells you, but not yet. With that, they usher you into the darkness beyond the walls. Your blink mirror dazzles your eyes. It's cold out there. You gained 1 terror, and that's all for now. I don't know if we actually... Oh, no shops available. All right, so, yeah, I'm not sure what we accomplished out of that. We're definitely 400 under when we started, and, yeah. Let's, quick, get to the pause and map. I'm hoping there'll be that. We have to get to Adam's Way, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do so with the little we have. We should be able to buy fuel there or supplies. We can buy fuel here. We can definitely buy it at the port. But yeah, we'll continue moving this way along Adams, possibly refuel here, grab the port, geode, maybe Iron Republic, and then we'll try the my idea for see if we can actually try to get some profit from the coffee trade, coffee and supply trade. So yeah, this was me attempting to be clever. I don't know if it's actually going to help. I mean, we did get some serious material done, and we do have another port up here we had to bypass, so we know that's there. Plus, oh, good gods, I don't even know how we're going to get into here. We're going to need a big ship for that. Anyways, so yeah, hope you enjoyed your time here. Again, we're going to see if my idea for making profit with the coffee works, or we're just going to be kind of screwed. But we do have a decent number of port reports, plus a couple new ones. We possibly will be a drop off the spider silk and such, and see what we can get for it. You have to make some thoughts about what's going on. Yeah, I mean, we're basically still gathering data, and let me know if I was slowed myself down enough, or I need to go further with that, because it's hard to tell from my end, because I will slowly pick up as I read until I catch myself. Anyways, this is your captain, Fantastic World, saying farewell from the HMS Fantastic Voyages II. We hope you enjoyed your time here, and as we begin the slow climb to me getting a frigate and blowing everything out of the water, yeah, we'll continue on our journeys. God, those ships were tough. Anyways, I will see you next time. Oh yeah, giant spiders. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with them. Anyways, like, share, subscribe as usual. Bye. I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters, whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of content and data.